Right, so far we were getting a tiny problem, but we fixed it using the exact keyword. I'm gonna delete the exact and I'm gonna go back to that problem and I'm gonna give you a different solution for this. So of course, if I remove the exact and we go to the main application to home, we get home. But if we go to posts, we get home and we get posts. And this is because the route pretty much are the same. Right here we have / and right here we have /. So this passes as true and it's rendering the home. And the same thing with posts is going to go to the next one. And since we have / and then posts, is going to render that. Of course, this makes sense. Now the thing is that if we put exact, just like here, we are telling React Router that we want to render this route only if it matches everything that we have in the path. And of course, that is fixing the problem. Now, Router is going to give us a different solution for this. We're going to have the ability to use switch. So I'm going to do comma and I'm going to bring switch to this. Just like a JavaScript switch, well, same idea. I'm going to go at the bottom and I'm going to wrap all the routes inside the switch statement. Good. Not statement, but switch. Good. Okay, so everything is inside switch. So how is this going to work? Okay, so in theory, if I just reload the application and I made a mistake, it's going to be switch, just like that. If I reload the application, everything works good. We go to home, we go to posts, profile, and everything works good. But the problem is that we are still using exact. So if I remove this, it should be working, right? Okay, so let's reload the application. If I go to home, we get home. If I go to posts, we get home. We are not getting posts at all. And if I go to profile, same thing. We are just getting home. So how this switch is working? How does this work? So this switch is just like a switch statement, just the vanilla JavaScript switch. It's going to start checking the route. It's going to get a route right here. It's going to start checking the routes. It's going to say, okay, does this match the criteria? Well, yes, because we have a /. It's going to be rendering this one, which is home, which is what we get. And everything else, it's not going to be rendered. It's just rendering the first one that matches the criteria. So, okay. And if we go to post, of course, not going to work. Let me just remove this just like this. And if I go to posts, of course, we get posts, we get home. We are not getting home. We get nothing because we don't have that route. And if we go to profile, it works. But the thing is that we need a home. So how can we make this work? Okay, so I'm going to grab this was one. I'm going to just chop it and paste it at the end of the switch. And of course, if I do this, it should be working. Well, yeah, we go to home. If you go to posts, we are getting posts. If we go to profile, we are getting profile. So the logic behind this is that this works like a switch statement. We need to send all the less specific routes at the end of the chain, and the more specific routes at the top. For example, if we start checking posts, let's go to posts. I'm going to go to posts number 2, and remember we added a username, so I'm going to say Francis. Whatever. And if I go to right here, we are not getting the ID and the Francis. It's because this one matches this one. So switch is going to render this one, but not the other one. So it's not going to go here. So again, same than before, we need to put this one at the end of the chain because it's less specific. And if we notice, of course, this one, it's really specific. So, okay. With that logic, let's just check it out. And okay, if we go to 2 and Francis, we are getting the 2 and Francis. We go to posts, we get posts and profile and home. So everything works. Remember with switch, send the less specific routes at the bottom and the most specific routes at the top. And that way it's going to work just fine. Okay, so let's keep moving forward. Let's go to the next section. We're going to be talking about the redirections and the 404 page because, of course, you always need a 404 page. Let's go to the next section.